So welcome to the fourth entry into the big 6-way $99 reel shootout. And that is the all new, just released, all black Abu Garcia Revo X. Now, I don't know what this replaced at the $99 price point, but I think this is the first Revo that's actually $99. Now, by looking at the shape, this is the new generation 4 of Revos, and it's pretty small. It's really short, and it's kind of got a square shape to it. Feels pretty good. I'm not sure if it's as small as the LEWS, but we'll find out soon enough. Now I'm going to go over the list of features that I got straight from Abu Garcia's website. First of all, it's got a aluminum frame, which they call the X2 Craftic frame. It's just a fancy word for aluminum, and the frame is painted a gloss black, as you can see. It's got graphite side plates that are painted a matte black, as you can see. For some reason, a lot of these $99 reels are matte black. I don't know if that's a trend or not. Now it's got magnetic brakes, which is the MagTrax system, is Abu Garcia's name for the magnetic brakes. Let me see if I can pop this off and show you guys. Does that look familiar to you? It looks to be the exact same braking system that the LEWS has, and it looks like there's extra little places to put more magnets if you need. And of course the magnets interact with this sidewall of the spool, and it's got 28 total adjustments. This is what I refer to as the DAIWA style magnetic brakes. Now it's got a total of 8 ball bearings, 7 stainless steel ball bearings, and a roller bearing. Now Abu says it has what they call a carbon matrix hybrid drag. So I assume what that is, it's probably got a multiple disc drag that's got different materials for the drag washers. Now it doesn't give a total drag amount, which is kind of strange, but I'm sure it's up there. The new Abu Garcias have really high drag numbers from what I've read. Now, what's carried over from the previous Revo is the D2 gearing. And basically D2 is Abu Garcia's version of Shimano's HEG high efficiency gear. Basically what that means is they use an oversized main gear to improve power and efficiency. And the main gear is brass. And since it's brass, they've named that DuraGear because apparently brass is more durable than aluminum over the long run, which is what I've heard as well. And one thing they say they've improved, which was very much needed, is the clutch thumb bar action from the previous Generation 3 Revos. I had a couple of those which I got rid of because of the thumb bar. And it feels nice. I can't really remember. The last Gen 3 Revo I handled was the Aurora, and I'm pretty sure it feels better than that. But since they've improved it, of course they've given it a name, and it's called the DuraClutch. Now there is a little bit of play here. You can see it feels a little mushy, but overall it's nice. Now the longevity is going to be the question. Hopefully it'll hold up. Now, if this looks familiar, it's got a lube port that you access from the side, just like the LEWS. That tells you that this is made in the DAIWA factory, alongside with the LEWS and some other brands. Now the handle is 90mm, and it's swept, bent, bowed, whatever you like to call it. And apparently they have redid their knobs. These used to be really flat. While they weren't uncomfortable, These feel more comfortable to me. They're more ergonomic, almost like Shimano's asymmetrical knobs. They feel really good, and they're nice and big, so easy to grasp onto. And of course they got their little 3 dots, which is like a Abu Garcia thing. Now one cool thing is this has a clicking spool tension. For $99, that's pretty good. Because even with Shimano, to get a clicking spool tension, you have to go up to their super high-end ANTARES and CONQUEST series baitcasters, which are about 600 bucks, or at least 500. And one new thing they also did, as you can see, the drag star, it is plastic, and it is basically the same shape as the old drag star, but they've added these grooves into it, I guess to reduce weight. Now speaking of weight, we're going to pull the scale out and the calipers and get some measurements. Okay, so we got the devices out. Now Tackle Warehouse lists the weight on this at 7.8 ounces. So let's see if that's true. Okay, as you can see, it's 7.85, so it's pretty much spot on at 7.8 ounces. It does feel pretty hefty, but it does feel solid, which is a good thing in my book. So the weight gives it a good solid feel. Now, of course, we're gonna pop that spool out and see what that weighs so we can get a general idea of how this thing may perform out on the field. Okay, here's a look at the spool. It's pretty deep, so it's probably gonna hold a lot of line. Of course, it's got a bearing. So what does this spool weigh? Okay, you're looking at a whopping 19.7 grams, almost 20 grams. So even with the spool bearing, which is probably 1 gram, you're looking at an 18, almost 19 gram spool. So that's pretty heavy. Not sure how that's gonna do with the light base, but we'll find out. So I'm thinking this should be the standard 34 millimeter diameter spool. Wow, actually it says 32.8. Let's make sure I got this. Yeah, so it's a 33 millimeter spool. I wonder if that's right. I'm gonna redo this. Yeah, looks like it's supposed to be a 33 millimeter spool. So a heavy spool that's smaller. I'm not sure how this is gonna stand up to the other reels when it comes down to the casting tests, but you never know. Reels have surprised me before. So there we go, the brand new, just released Abu Garcia Revo X. Strong contender. It's a nice looking reel. I wish they would add more color, like this little plate here. I wish that was silver. Maybe the drag star or the nut was silver. It's just a little bit too much black for me, but some of you guys may like it. Alright guys, there we go. That's the fourth contestant. And maybe a couple of you guys can guess what the last two contestants are going to be for this test. All right, thanks a lot.